There we go. So everybody, welcome to Long Island Networkers. Let me go in and mute everybody. There we go. Okay. Let's see. All right, good. So first, like we said, we're going to record this because we're going to be posting it on our social media, and Instagram is really where we originated. And first, I'd like to thank, we have over 1,600 followers on that page, which is pretty impressive considering we have not done anything yet. So I thank all of you and any of the followers who are not here for kind of watching our journey, seeing what we're trying to accomplish. So thank you very much to everybody. So I'm the founder of Long Island Networkers. We are not trying to be a for-profit company. We're not trying to make any money. We're trying to help everybody grow their businesses. So I am the president of a financial planning firm. I'm also on the executive board for 2 chambers of commerce, and I'm involved in a few different charities. So the reason why I really wanted to start Long Island Networkers was for a few different reasons. So number one, I love food. Welcome, Danny. I'm just going to mute you there, sir. Okay. So I love food, and I have 2 kids and a wife, and I never get to go out to eat. But I do at all my networking meetings. But unfortunately, they're at Panera Bread and diners and places I don't look forward to eating. So what I tried to do is create a networking group that would give you a little extra incentive to come there and a little bit more enjoyable. And what we're going to be doing when we can all meet in person again is once a month, we're going to have a networking meeting at a very high-end restaurant. So even Ines's father, he runs Kingfish Oyster Bar. It's near Garden City in Westbury, beautiful restaurant. I've spoken to 15 different restaurants like Teller's Steakhouse, Refuge in Melville. Rich Cruz actually knows a lot of people in the restaurant industry, so he's helped me out with that. Thank you, Rich. And the idea behind it is eat some really good food. We'll have a 3-course meal of very high-end food, and we're negotiating prices. So your food, tax, tip, everything included is about $38. So we're not looking to make any money above and beyond that. Everyone's just going to pay for themselves. We're not going to do membership fees or anything else like that. So we'll figure that out along the way. So that was one half of it. The other half is I'm involved in a lot of networking groups, and I kind of wanted to get rid of all the noise. Right? There's a lot of noise that doesn't kind of equate to what a networking group should be. And in my opinion, there's 2 things you should do for a networking group. I should grow my business, and I should help you grow your business. And that's it. Okay, that's really what they're supposed to be there for. It's amazing how the chambers of commerce do fundraising, and they have their general meetings and they have board meetings, but what I'm really trying to accomplish with this is for us to increase our business, do better for our clients and customers, gain some resources, and help one another. So with that being said, when we eventually go into face-to-face lunches, I'm only trying to have a maximum of 30 people as a part of this group, and that's going to be exclusive to each industry. So if you're a real estate agent like Rich Cruz is, he's the only real estate agent. You know, if you're doing social media like Ryan does, you'd be the only one. We had applications go out. We had about 21 people respond to that, and we're going to go through an interview process to see who's going to be a part of it. And it's really to have people that are serious and committed about helping one another. You know, we're not there to just eat lunch. That's a nice part of it, but we're there to help one another. So the other part of that is when we do it, you're going to be required to bring business for other members. It's not like LaTip or anything like that. But you have to be conscious of helping one another. You don't have to help everybody, but if you could help one person at a time, that would be wonderful. So we'll go into more detail about that in the future. The final piece about what we were going to do when we go into the lunches is I always found it that after the networking meeting is done, it's done, right? There's nothing left for you afterwards. So what we are going to do is we are going to record our networking meetings. We're going to have a backdrop like this, you know, a step and repeat that's going to be there in person. We have an HD camera, a Rode microphone, and you're going to be recorded for 2 minutes. And this is another reason why there's only 30 people. 30 people, 2 minutes, that's an hour-long meeting. It's an hour and a half. You get to eat in between. So we're going to record you, and then we're going to post your commercial, for lack of better words, on all of our platforms, and we're going to boost that. we're not, you know, Ryan O'Neill Williams has told me how to boost things and be very effective. So thank you for all of that education. And what we're going to do is we're going to boost that for our 30 people, one a day. Again, that matches up except for February. So one a day, we'll be putting your commercial out there, and we hope to grow our network bigger and bigger. So the idea behind that is that the networking doesn't end at the meeting. You're given something afterwards. All right, so that's basically it for what we wanted to do. Obviously, we can't get together. So we were supposed to start that at the end of March. I had to kind of scramble and see what we could do. I do a lot of my client meetings through this type of medium, and they work out great. So this is like turnkey for me and my operation. So I figured, why don't we just start Long Island Networkers this way? And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try at least once a week to have a networking meeting like this. We're only gonna allow 30 people. So if it's the same 30 people, different 30 people, it's gonna be first come, first serve. And the reason it's 30 is on a Zoom screen, for one screen, you can hold 30 people. If you have over that, it goes to multiple screens. So that's the purpose behind that. Again, we're gonna give everybody 2 minutes to speak. So the longest, hopefully it'll be, is an hour. All right, so that's how we're gonna operate now. And then what we're also gonna offer is interviews. So instead of doing a live commercial, I'm gonna do interviews. So anybody who is interested in doing an interview, I'll show you. We're gonna, let's see, I'll share my screen real quick. Okay, raise your hand if you can see my screen. All right, good. So what the interviews are gonna be is 6 basic questions, okay? And it's a commercial, so it's who you are, what you do, how you do it, okay, why you started your business. That tends to get very long. It's really nice to know people's origin stories. Okay, when do people need your business? And then the last thing is, where can people find you? So it's just a very quick 5 to the most 15 minutes as far as how long something like that should take. I'll do the interview through Zoom. It'll be 2 screens side by side, and then we'll post that as well. So anybody who's interested in that, you can email. Now you all have my email, hopefully, for Long Island Networkers. You can DM me. If you know anybody else who's interested, you can let them know. And that's how we're gonna do it. So we have Instagram is where we started. We started a YouTube channel recently, and we have Facebook. So we're gonna do it on all those platforms. So if all of you could follow our YouTube and our Facebook page, that would be great to try to grow the awareness. And then your commercial, if you get interviewed in this meeting today, will go out there even further. All right, so today what we're gonna do, let's see, we have 8, 9, 10, we have 11 people. So my idea was try to keep it to 2 minutes. I'm gonna just go down the participant list, and everyone's gonna get 2 minutes to just tell us whatever you'd like to about your business, about how people can do business with you, you know, what you've done. It's really up to you. Take advantage of this opportunity. What I'm gonna do is, for the recording, I'm gonna switch it to speaker view, so just you will be up there, and then when people are looking at it online, they'll be able to see it. So I'll unmute you one at a time. I'm just gonna go down my participant list. So I'm gonna start with Dan Comas, so give me 1 second. All right, Dan, let's see if I can hear you.
Check 1, 2.
Okay. All right, so hang on, let me switch it to speaker view. So floor is yours. You could kind of tell us a little about yourself, your business, and why you're here.
Sure. Hi, my name is Dan Comas. I'm the CEO of Tech Runner IT. We're an IT service company founded 12 years ago. We manage IT for small businesses, typically between 10 and 100 users. So all of your servers, all of your email, all of your security, anything technical, we manage as an outsourced service for that company. Right now, we're really focused with remote workforce, with cloud adoption and getting people onto newer technologies. Working remotely has obviously accelerated that significantly for us. And cybersecurity is really where we had our attention prior to this situation. Again, we work with small businesses, so we try and keep things practical for everybody. There's a lot of big plans that people want to implement, a lot of technology, people get talky about it. We'd like to keep things practical and applicable to what your business is doing. We have a video series called 10 Seconds with Tech Runner that we run on our LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook channels, where we give, again, little 10 to 30 second practical video clips, give people ideas, information, turn them on to, maybe some next steps for their business in keeping their technology kind of current and moving forward. I myself have just completed the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. I don't know if we have any of those members here. It really was a phenomenal experience. I'd be happy to talk with anybody about that too. So yeah, that's it. LinkedIn and Instagram, we've been very aggressive with in engaging new business as well. Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you very much. So next, let's see here. Am I muted too? Okay. So next we're going to go to Daniel Porhan. Daniel, can you talk?
Yes. How's everyone doing?
Good.
So I'm Danny Purin. I'm the owner of The Works Barbershop. It's not really your typical barbershop. You come in, you know, we provide a lot of services, and we do anything from facials to eyebrows, shaves, hot towels, you know, you name it. Anything with hair we pretty much do and cover. You know, I'm pretty actively involved with my community, a lot of sponsorships. I network a lot of people. You know, me and Adam, Rich Cruz, we're part of the chamber. We network through you know, multiple groups, and you know, I do real estate too, but like Adam said, Rich will probably be our real estate guy in here, so I'll stick to the barbershop, and that's pretty much it.
Great, thank you very much. So next, we're gonna go to, hold on, let me mute, Edward Maddox.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Hi. So Edward Maddox, I'm one of the partners at Forward Work. We are an architecture company based in Manhattan as well as Long Island. We serve the tri-state area, and we focus on both new construction and existing buildings, and we specialize in the exterior of the buildings. So roofing, windows, doors, anything on the outside that prevents water and air from coming into the building. And we're also on a couple of committees for improving and enhancing buildings in the future to make them more energy efficient, and you know, to try to help the planet out. So that's us.
Excellent, thank you very much. All right, so let's see, mute there. So next is Ines Ramirez Heitner.
Thanks for the hyphen. First of all, I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe and healthy during the situation. So I currently, if you can see behind me, LIE Local, a digital marketing consultant for small businesses. And I think it's very crucial, especially during this time. So what I'm offering right now to small businesses to do a real-time, what are they called? Like micro minutes of Google, which is, you know, kind of like a deep dive of what's going on right now and what are consumers thinking and how are they thinking, and then also looking at your social media pages to make sure that, you know, you are saying the things and they are being heard. So I think I've met a couple of you in previous networking events, but used to work in Manhattan. I was the marketing director for a retail company, you know, from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and whatnot, and now started this small little business right now. But I think it's pretty relevant since, you know, you all have a very unique opportunity right now to touch and have that consumer's undivided attention all through your phone and through your computer. So, and just to go into a little bit as to what I can offer, I'm going to ask Adam a question. I'm just going to swipe over to him really quick. With your boosting, when you boost all of our individual commercials, one, are they going to be different, each individual commercial, or are they all going to be a templated thing? And are you going to be boosting to the same group, or is each individual business have their own criteria?
Those are good questions. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, so those are excellent questions. Thanks for asking them. So what I will do is defer to the experts. So it's great. I've already found a resource here, and you know, obviously I've known you for quite some time. So I will be reaching out to find the best method of doing so. You know, in the past I've done trial and error, but I will try to defer and get some advice. They're all going to be through Zoom, so I don't know what the capabilities of that are. But yeah, I'd love to speak to you after offline and see what's best. Okay.
So questions like that, you know, and just I always believe that knowledge is power. So just informing small businesses about like different reaching, different boosting, different demographics that we can hit. for your business.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So next we're going to go to Jeremy, no last name.
Hello, yes. My name is Jeremy Kersaint. I'm a managing partner, VP of sales at a company called Upnexa. We are a credit card processing company based here in Holbrook, Long Island. We have a very, very big and strong footprint here in Long Island. From a reference to credit card processing, we work with companies from Tropical Smoothie, Bagel Boss, and Ralph Icy's. So a lot of these places that you guys may patron at throughout Long Island, we're the credit card processing that does that on the back end for these customers. During this time, we just been working. We've been actually really, really busy because we've been working with a lot of our clients who necessarily previously weren't set up for online ordering. Weren't set up with having an app for their business. That type of stuff is what we do. Mobile processing. So we've been very, very busy setting up a lot of business owners in order to take payments in this 6 feet social distancing app that we're in. So, that's one aspect of it. Also, I work with and I look for partners in reference to CPAs, marketing specialists, attorneys, insurance brokers, anyone that necessarily deals with a small business owner is who I necessarily do a lot of my referral-based business with, where I refer business from our end to them and vice versa. So if you guys are in contact with any small business owners who are obviously in this atmosphere really, really hurting, we're here to assist with finding ways to bring in revenue into their business, and as well as if they're in need of any working capital. I know, the banks and the government is lending out money, but who knows what the timetable on receiving those funds are. We're able to fund our clients within 3 to 7 business days.
Wow.
So just so it can float them some money when the other money comes, they can pay it off. So just a couple of other options, and I'm looking forward to working with all you guys.
Great. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Thank you.
All right. So next we have Ofer. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ofir Jakubowicz. I am if you want to call me a Swiss Army professional. I focus a lot on operations for small businesses, but I'm also a serial entrepreneur. My latest venture that I'm working on right now is creating an independent watch company. But some of my prior experience is I just help small businesses dive into their operations and try to automate and try to make workflow just seamless and efficient.
Excellent. Let's see. Okay, next up, Long Island's favorite, Rich Cruz.
How you doing, folks? Thanks, Adam. Great job you're doing here for everybody, my friend.
Thanks.
So I'm the real estate guy, residential and commercial. I was just elected. Of course, I haven't put it out there that much, being with all that's going on with the CV. I was just elected to the Long Island Board of Realtors as the new president of the commercial division. We now have, thank you, and we also just merged with Gateway in Westchester and parts of upstate in the city, and now our membership has just rose to almost 40,000 members in the Long Island Board of Realtors, which is incredible. So don't know how I got myself into that, but another thing I have to do along with selling houses and buildings, but it's a great organization. Before real estate, I'm in real estate about 7+ years now. Before that, I had a public relations firm for 20 some odd years and worked with every kind of business, from small tech startups to large companies and everything in between. Some of the things I've done in the past, while I had my PR firm, I actually worked for Charles Wang at Computer Associates during my tech entrepreneurial days, and then was brought over by him to the New York Islanders. And one of the things that got me out there was that I created and conceived the concept of the New York Islanders Business Club, which was a full campaign, everywhere. And of course, I'm an Islanders fan. But of course, I'm from the city. I'm from the Bronx and Yonkers, and I was a Ranger fan before the Islanders, but I'm a big Islanders fan now, and worked with a lot of the players and management there, and Charles. Also, another past life, I'm one of the guys. I'm probably the oldest one on this Zoom call, but I was one of the people when 1 Hour Photo was getting really big back in the 80s. I worked, there was a French company and a Japanese company. I was recruited by an international firm and started in France, and was one of the guys that brought 1 Hour Photo to America. So that was an incredible scenario for me, helping out with that years ago. And to this day, I'm still a photography nut, since I'm a little kid. But anyway, I got to this point where we are on a Zoom call with my pals Adam and Danny, and we're all on the board of directors of the Deer Park Chamber of Commerce. I probably dropped off of numerous chambers, only stayed on 2, Deer Park being one, because I happen to live in Deer Park. I've been here since I'm 16, have not moved from this house, and I'm still here. And it's a great town, great people. We have a great chamber, and we're trying to do good things. And I think one of the things come out of this chamber is our relationship with the 3 of us, and also Ryan down there from Babylon, our next door neighbor, and it's been a big help. And so anyway, we're just trying to help the business community. So I'm happy to help, help whoever I can. And of course, it's always nice to for reciprocation. So thanks for having me, being a part of this, Adam.
Thank you, Rich. So next we are going to go to Sarah Laval. I hope I didn't butcher your last name.
Oh, it's perfect. Hi, my name is Sarah Laval. It's nice to meet everybody. A lot of new faces. I do know Ryan though. He posted about my event last year for my music company, so nice to see you. So yeah, I started Simple Sweet Sites. I'm very passionate about providing affordable web design solutions for small businesses and startups. Basically, I got into this. My first company was Island Exclusive Entertainment. I play viola, and we play string quartets for weddings, events, whatnot. And I was creating my own websites. I had fellow business owner friends that needed websites. So I found a need for this little niche of the business owners that are in different brackets of their budgets might not quite be in the phase of high level marketing quite yet. So I wanted to kind of hit that market because there really was a need. It's very important to have a web presence that's quality, because once they get to your website, if it doesn't look good, no matter how good your service is, they're just not going to trust you. So I want to help out those fellow business owners by making it affordable. My packages start at $1,500, which is very affordable if you are serious about your business. So it's basically just a service to help out my fellow business owners. I use Wix, so it's very user-friendly. I include in my basic package a tutorial. So if you choose to be independent with it, of course, I'm always here to help. But if you choose to be independent, I do show you the back end so you can update your own articles, just so it keeps that affordable kind of theme going. If you just want to take it and run with it, great. And then also, if you see my Instagram page, it's at Simple Sweet Sites. My Instagram goal is to just show people how to utilize those free or low-cost apps so people can handle beginner marketing on their own. So there really are a lot of tools out there that I just want to make people aware are there to utilize yourself just as you're first starting. And of course, over time, the goal is to grow, and then you can promote yourself to a higher level, very expensive website. So.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
So next we're going to go to Tom's iPhone.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? So I don't have my picture up there. I apologize. I'm still kind of hunkered down, multitasking today, and I'm in my pajamas. So I don't want to won't put my face out there, but I will next time. So I'm the owner publisher of, and I see some familiar faces in here, Sarah. what's going on. The owner publisher of Patchogue Lifestyle. It's a local luxury magazine, obviously based out of Patchogue and the surrounding South Shore area. We're a new publication. It's a national publication, but it's definitely a unique magazine because we break it up into individualized communities. So it is hyper-local. And it really focuses on three main things that makes us kind of unique and special. And it's our content, our distribution, and the quality of the publication. And we also do that through a multi-platform format. And then what we really did, and what, you know, my passion was here, and I got to run through that, and then something else was the fact that I was able to marry Patchogue, and the fact that it's the, you know, the comeback kid, the Seaside Gem, and a million other things. And I married that with direct mail, which I feel like is something very unique when it comes to print, and also the luxury print. So that look and feel of the publication. What we do specifically is we, again, direct mail to thousands of targeted homes. So we're in the most affluent mailboxes on a monthly basis, and we are also in hundreds of localized businesses in 4 to 5 towns here in South Shore. So basically from Bellport to Sayville. Some of the towns are a little bit smaller and don't have a lot of businesses, but the nice thing about our publication is we're able to put it in waiting rooms next to some other national Cosmopolitan, or, you know, that National Geographic, that for some reason they never changed those from, you know, 10 years ago. But then you'll look down and there's Patchogue Lifestyle, and the content in the publication is hyper local, so people are interested in it. So it definitely it gets picked up, it gets read, it's on the coffee table for a month, that's our specialty there.
Great, thank you very much, Tom. Next, we're going to go to Babylon's favorite, Ryan O'Neill Williams.
Oh, it's me. Are we open? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. My name is Ryan O'Neill Williams. I started, I'm an accountant by trade, and I found myself really enjoying doing digital strategizing about 12 years ago. And then I started going around talking about local events in the town of Babylon because I live here, and I found out that there were tons of great things to do around town. And so I was literally telling everybody, hey, look at what's happening here, look what's going on. But of course, as a digital marketing strategist, I was also sending out an email 2 times a week. One, events around the town of Babylon this week, events around the town of Babylon this weekend. And what that morphed into as I kept doing that is I realized that about 90% of the events that were being done in town were done by local businesses in order to get more exposure. And of course, the reason why they were doing that was because they thought that the only way that they could get exposure was to get people physically into their business. And as the trend progressed over the last 8 to 12 years, of course, they needed to do more online. And so from a digital strategy marketing perspective, I was always trying to stay ahead of the curve, showing them exactly how they could do something with Facebook, or they could do something with Instagram, or they could automate all of those things and push it through all at once. And so then at the beginning of this year, I decided, okay, not only are we going to talk about local events, but I'm literally going to help each one of these businesses talk about exactly what they are, what they do, show people how great they are, because some of them had amazing stories, amazing products, and we're posting those out, but they just couldn't. You know, when you're too close to something and you can't tell people or bring out to people how great you are, I'd be standing there listening to them and like, this is a great business. You're doing such amazing things. There's no way that 1-800-Flowers can compete with you if everybody knew what you do as a local independent business. But businesses are so focused on what it is that they're doing, they forget to do the stuff that's in the marketing strategy. So I started a website called longislandsgreatest.com, specifically to promote those local businesses. And because of the coronavirus, I made it free. Normally, it's like $7.95 to be a poster, $47 a month to be someone who pushes your stuff out to, say, Alexa or Google Home or whatever. So literally, you could say, Alexa, what's the greatest business in the greatest financial planner, and it would say, oh, it's Adam Hurd, whatever, because we literally can push that information out there to it. But the idea is not just whatever it is that works for you is what we probably would try to work out. I definitely want to talk to I want to talk to you guys about the Patchogue. Oh man, I want to see how that works. I'm fascinated by local business, and so my idea is always to help you as much as you can. But if you're looking for me, and you've probably seen this digital footprint, this one behind me, as opposed to the one that I just started, ilovebabylon.com, or go to facebook.com/ilovebabylon. Right now, we are focused on helping local businesses and our people in the town get the resources that they need in order to overcome this and come out of it sensibly. But yeah, as soon as we can, we'll figure out the other thing. But right now, Long Island's Greatest is there. It's open. It's free. You can sign up your business and start posting any updates or whatever it is that you need. Otherwise, that's it. Hey, Adam, very cool. This is very cool. I've been waiting on this for months. Thank you. Finally.
Thank you, Ryan. All right. Let's see. Interesting. I'm trying to see. Oh, it doesn't let me put mine up there. I guess because I'm the host. Let's see. Exit full screen. All right. Not a big deal. So. All right. Can you hear me? That's the other thing I didn't know if I could. Oh, you can. All right. Great. All right. So for me, so 642 Advising, that's my practice. So for 21 years, I've been in financial services. It's pretty much all I've ever done. I've had derivatives of different pieces of the financial world. I worked for MetLife for a decade. I was one of their Chairman's Conference producers, so one of the top in the country. In 2016, MetLife sold us all. They didn't care about us, and they sold us to Mass Mutual. I was very lucky that at that point, Mass Mutual has a huge entrepreneurial spirit, and they said, take your whole book of business and own it and run it like a business, and we'll support you on the back end. So at that point, they said, start your own company. So 642 Advising was born. What I focus on is 3 areas. I do financial planning, I do retirement, and I do insurance. My financial planning is the major focus, and usually the products come from that. But for financial planning, I focus on 2 very specific demographics. It's young families that have young children and small business owners. And the reason I did that is I used to have some huge accounts. So Verizon's Union, CWA, Communication Workers of America was my account. I had over 5,000 union members. United Auto Workers of America was one of mine. And I had 47 General Motors dealerships. So I was handling huge corporate accounts. And as I did that, I realized that the employees who were there could never afford to hire somebody like me for a financial plan. And the worst part about that is they needed me way more than the multi-millionaires that owned those dealerships or were the president of the union. So I figured out a way to make financial planning very affordable for both the young families and the small business owners. And 642 is our process. So we have 6 areas of finance. We cover 4 meetings in order to build out your plan, and then 2 annual reviews. So we made it super affordable for marketing purposes. All you marketers may like this or may not, but we charge, in the state of New York, I'm a fiduciary, so I have to charge at least $500. An average plan's about $5,000, but we charge $642 just to kind of keep it nice and easy and memorable. Which, I mean, it works out to 7 quarters a day. It's super affordable for people that really need this advice. They can continue to work with me year after year, as some people do. Some people just do one plan and it's done. But the goal behind it is to really organize your entire financial life. So most people do not look at that. They buy product from this person and a service from that place. And what we do is compile it all together, make it make sense, so you're not counteracting one product to another or one service to another. So that's really my passion, my goal. I love to do it. Like I said, 21 years of doing this and many iterations from huge corporations. I worked as assistant vice president for Solomon Smith Barney. I have 7 licenses. the very unique thing about me is, although I have my Series 6 and 63 in life, health, I'm a corporate registered investment advisor, an investment advisor representative. But the one I take the most pride in is that I am a fiduciary. So what that means is, as a financial planner, I am responsible for my clients. Okay, other people in my industry can give advice and they walk away. I have to give rationale of why I'm making these recommendations, responsible for what I'm doing for these people, and I'm held to a much higher standard than your normal person. So very proud of that. Very few of those types of people on Long Island, unless you're going to give them $5 million of assets. So we have no requirement for those assets. So that's a little bit about me. What I'll do is, let me switch back to Long Island Networkers here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna unmute everybody for, let's see, unmute all. So try to stay quiet if you can, but does anybody have any questions for anybody else or for me? And then, so if you could raise your hand and then we'll kind of go one at a time. If anybody has a question. No questions. Okay. Ryan, go ahead.
Sarah, can you send me your number or give me a call? I'm trying to stay out of the website development business. It keeps drawing me back in, but they keep coming. You know, I listen. Your website's your base, right? And then everything else is like you're fanning out to your Instagram, your Facebook, your whatever. And so it just takes so much time for me to develop those things, and people keep coming at me because, of course, they know you're a digital marketing strategist, so you can figure that out. But my thing is not so much to create those things; it's more to show them exactly how to get it done. And so, if I got work for you, I'm sure. There's no question. The only thing, I usually don't use Wix. I usually use WordPress. And those of us who know about content management systems probably know that's why. But yes, you've got the, you know where you can find me, longislandsgreatest.com or I Love Babylon. I did not remember that thing, but I think I remember that
Island
thing.
exclusive, the We're Engaged Now What? Out in Babylon at the post office.
Oh,
The Amanda
that's
Michelle.
right. So you were one of those three girls that did.
Yes.
Of course, of course. Now I'm like, okay, the viola? The viola?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yes.
So that's, Ryan, that's actually a really good segue for another thing. So what I'm going to do is I use Microsoft Office 365 for Long Island Networkers. So that's where our email lives. I'm going to send out a Microsoft Office form. And what that form is going to be is I'm going to create a directory for all of us and anybody else. It'll be very simple. It'll have, you know, your name. So it's going to be your name, your business, your position, your email, your phone number, what industry you're in. And then you're going to list 2 products or services that you offer. And then the last thing will be if you have any discounts for anybody who finds you through that area. You don't have to offer one, but you can. So anybody who's interested in being a part of that kind of directory, it's so antiquated. It's going to be on an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure somebody here could figure out a better way to do that. Feel free to reach out to me.
Hello. But technically, yeah. The great thing about shifting to digital while we're doing these meetings is that we can literally get a list of every single person's phone, email, website by doing it this way, instead of, you know, waiting on getting someone's business card, which now I don't want to touch any of your cards, right? I don't want to get the Rona from any of you. So the idea is, yeah, this is great, because now you send me an email and I can go at every person. I can write an email to everyone, respond to each one of you, tell you what it is that I've got, put you on my email list, and then you can unsubscribe if you want, whatever. But I can put you on my email list, and then you can literally say, okay, that guy's cool, and I can talk about that all day, or not.
Excellent. Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
Quick question. You know, I have a few questions for different individuals. Daniel, I know obviously you have your business, your barbershop. And you know, one thing, as you can see, I'm looking kind of rough. This is the most rough you will ever see me look. This is
all of us.
This is not horrible. This is not how you can find me on LinkedIn or IG. You'll see how I normally look. This is. Don't judge me on. I'm in dad gear right now.
Don't worry, I'm the same way. I literally buzzed all my hair off. So.
Yeah. So don't any of you guys, please do not judge me as you see me right now.
No pants right now. No pants.
But Daniel, the question I have for you is, since we are in the age of obviously everything going on, barbershops being closed, I thought of a great concept. I know I have a couple of friends who own Squire. They're a credit card processing company that does for barbershops and salons. But our question I have for you, are you guys sending maybe some of your employees who are barbers? I would pay somebody right now if they come with a mask and gloves to come cut me at my hair. And like, are you offering some subset of services like that? And even in the future, I probably would transition that one barber to my office where I would have myself, my partners, and my staff, and we'll pay that one barber, because a lot of times we're so busy, right? Running a business, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, we to touch base on that, in the past we have done like corporate office cuts. We go to a location, maybe one or two barbers, and we do the whole office. We charge like a base price, so it's a little cheaper, but everyone's getting a haircut in that office. As of right now, obviously, it's not worth doing that. But I mean, when the time comes out, we could definitely work something out with that.
Okay. Yeah, because with that, I mean, obviously I have a sales staff, right? And sales, if anyone knows here in sales, you sell yourself. You don't sell the product. You don't sell the service. You sell you first. Once person buys you, it could be web development, it could be marketing, it could be real estate. People buy people. So the appearance, right, is very, very important. So I know me personally, I would love to have one or two barbers come to my office and then cut my sales staff for the week, so that my guys go out looking sharp and fresh. For right now, do you guys have something in place where, like I said, I personally right now would pay somebody to come to my place once a week to cut my hair, so I don't look like it.
I'll cut it.
Don't have affecting my mental
I'll
health.
cut it.
Oh, okay.
I got a buzzer. I'll cut it. I'm going to cut it all off though. It's going to use nothing.
Let's make a deal. If I see Andrew Cuomo with a haircut on TV, then we'll start cutting. We'll work something out.
Okay.
Until then, I just can't, man. It's
no problem. No problem.
Anybody else have any questions, comments?
Jeremy, I just want to make a comment that when you're able to use Danny, he does a phenomenal job. And he actually does come to my house and personally do. I really shouldn't say that, but before CV. And let me tell you something. I used to have a full beard, and I was bald, and now look at me.
Proof is in the pudding.
All right, Dan, how do I get in touch with you? It looks like you're taking my money.
That's fun.
I have one more question. Inez, are you related to an Andrew Ramirez in Deer Park?
No.
That's a million.
It would have been something.
To whoever just said there's a million Ramirez's, yes, it's like that's why I added the hyphen. I was like, there's the hyphen.
I figured I just give it a shot. It happens to be the best friend of my son, and
funny.
who actually was supposed to be graduating in a few weeks from Stony Brook Medical School. Is becoming a doctor, and they canceled the graduation, and my son was trying to get up, and he can't go because he's on a Navy destroyer at the moment, and of course they can't leave their base. But anyway, it was a long shot.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I get that a lot, but no.
So
I even tried like one time just for shits and giggles, excuse my language. I just tried to figure out like where did Ramirez come from, and it just took me down this like crazy wormhole because there's like South America Ramirez, Central America Ramirez. It's just there's too many. There's too many.
Right, I got it.
I do have a question though, really quick for Daniel. To his point, because I know that there's a lot of people, and especially a lot of people that I'm related to, that are looking really rough. Would you ever consider like creating some sort of here's a home touch-up type of quick video?
Yeah, so right now, obviously, I have no one to practice on. So, yeah, I've been letting my son, grow his hair out. So I'm actually letting it try to get to the longest point so I can do a couple of haircuts on him as I go shorter. So I'm going to wait till it gets like a hefty amount, and then I'll do a decent haircut. Then I'll go a little bit shorter. Then I'll do shorter, and then eventually I'll do a skin fade. So I know everyone has a different type of hairstyle. So, I'll do like different hairstyles, different tutorials on what to do when your hair does get longer, how to style it. If it gets to that point where you can't do anything, like, there's always something to do with it. So,
yeah, I would be interested to see how to trim a little boy's hair because it's getting like, especially for like for Easter, my Easter pictures are gonna look really, really rough. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put some content out soon. I just want him to get to that point where I can do a couple haircuts on him, because I have really no one else to cut besides that. So,
What's the matter? Michelle doesn't want a haircut?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Great minds think alike. When did I call you and ask you that same thing?
That was
Danny? Was it
about
last
like
week?
maybe now a week and a half ago, Ryan,
Yeah.
right?
So funny.
It's great minds. That's so fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, any questions? You're the only one I don't think that said anything.
No, I'm just absorbing all of this right now and, seeing how I can help participate and how, I can help other people. So, I mean, this is pretty good. I like it. I like that it's a extremely diverse group, but yet at the same time, kind of all connected. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, if I have questions, I'll definitely, I mean, my main question is, well, actually, what's next steps?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
There you
Perfect. And a good way to end it in the respective time, as we said till 1. So yeah, next steps is first, if any of you want to do a one-on-one interview, be a little bit more elaborate about you, reach out to me and we'll set that up. I get up at 5 a.m. I go to sleep at 11, as Inez can attest to. I don't sleep much, so I have a lot of time. My schedule's crazy.
I don't know what you're nuts. Go ahead.
It's just the way I was born. I'm lucky. Not so lucky with other things, but that one I'm lucky with. So that would be the next step for any of you individually, is if you're interested in doing that, we'll set that up and we'll get that going. The other is we're going to do, I don't know how many of these. At minimum, I want to do once a week, and we'll see how many people are interested. So I'll put it out there for probably, you know what, let's do this. Show of hands. Well, what's better, morning, afternoon, or evening? In morning, I'll be like 9 a.m., 12, or 5. So 9 a.m., who likes that best? Okay, 1. 12 p.m., who likes that?
That's fine.
Yeah, 12, yeah, lunchtime.
1, 2,
is
3,
great.
4, 5, 6. All right, 6, 7. That's 7. Majority rules. So we'll keep it at this time. That's good. So I will schedule one out for a week from today. We'll do it. I'll just make sure I don't have any appointments on that day, but we'll try to shoot for next Wednesday at 12 o'clock, and we'll go from there. If you can follow the 3 pages, so Facebook, YouTube. There's not much on YouTube yet, but we'll be building that up. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Share when I post this out there. Share it with anybody you know, and so I'm open to suggestions. I'm an expert at financial planning. I am not the expert at this. I just saw that there was a need for it, and I'd like to do it. So I am willing to take advice from anybody. Rich Cruz gave me a lot of advice on how to run a networking group. Ryan and Inez gave me a lot of advice on how to actually do social media. I am horrible at it, so thank the 2 of you. So thank you everybody for coming. It's 12:55, so I'm happy we got that condensed. If there are more people, obviously we won't go into questions and everything next time. Rich, you have a question? Go ahead, bud.
Well, just one thing, just before we all sign off. Oh, what a cutie, Inez. And we should all try to just search each other out and connect with each other on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I mean, that's always, try to connect right away on that. So the more that we're in front of each other, we're going to remember each other. That's the first thing. Besides trying to work with each other, we can't work with each other if we don't know who the hell we are to each other. So, and remember the faces and what you do. So, yeah, it's just a good idea to connect with each other.
Sarah.
To add to that, on that spreadsheet that we're doing, can we put a spot for handles?
Yes, absolutely.
Good idea. Good
Yeah.
idea.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you can email me afterwards again and just say, hey, I want to be involved in that, we'll call it a directory for lack of better words.
Okay.
And then I'll send you over the link when I produce it, probably tomorrow.
And one more, Sarah Laval, Kevin, the senator, any relation?
No, I get that a lot though.
I'm sure you do. Okay.
All right, everybody, this was great. I thought it went pretty good for the first time of us all doing it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the other followers who are following us already and will in the future. Bye.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
All right. Have a
Bye.
good
Thank you.
day,
Thank you.
folks.
Get it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Adam.